Reforma is a street that runs right through the centre of Mexico City, and on Sundays they close it for almost a festival atmosphere, with people riding bikes, doing Zumba and generally having fun.
And whilst we're there, we're going to share with you our final thoughts for Mexico City and the To Go Rome scale of fun.
So come with us. Welcome to this episode of To Go Rome. We're an early retired couple that sold everything we own
To travel the world for the next 10 years, tracking our budget every step of the way.
We are now on Reforma, and it's just as I expected. Lots of people walking around, lots of people cycling around. Sarah and I have succumbed, and here are our machines that we're going to be going up and down Reforma in Mexico City on.
It's quite busy, isn't it?
Yeah, I've not ridden a bike for about...
We did one recently in...
Did we?
Key West, and didn't have any brakes, remember?
Oh yeah, yeah, I got bipped by someone because I nearly crashed into the side of the car. Yeah, so this, I think this, well, these got brakes.
Got brakes.
This looks a bit easier. So...
well, they have brakes, but you had to pedal backwards. I've established in about 3 minutes.
It's a bit odd. So come with us, we'll take you up and down Reforma, show you exactly what it's like around here. This is a lot of fun, isn't it?
Great fun, yeah, brilliant.
Absolutely. More cities of the world should do something like this.
Definitely.
Just shut off the centre, get around on the bikes.
Bit of exercise.
Yeah, brilliant. Even the Huskies like it. So these bikes cost us, well, I'll put it on the bottom of the screen. It was a little bit complex getting the bikes because we couldn't quite read the display. Not everything was on there, but it went well. As I say, it wasn't easy reading the screen because the numbers are actually off the bottom of the screen. So first of all, it was in Spanish. I couldn't read that. But secondly, so I thought it wasn't taking the numbers in, but it was, but they were literally off screen, which wasn't straightforward. We did a temporary sign up for this service, which you could do for just a single day. So we can use these bikes all day today. Not sure we will. We'll just do this cycle ride and then take it from there. But once you've signed up, as I say, not that expensive for a day. Away you go. The bikes up themselves, they might not look cool, but whenever I've had a bike, I've always struggled because I always feel the tyres aren't full enough. But these tyres are rock solid, they're brilliant. So it's really easy to cycle. If you're coming to Mexico City, come to Reforma Sunday morning and do this cycle ride. You're getting to see the city in the way that you wouldn't normally, and this is right in the centre. And we've seen all these bits from buses or walking, but now seeing it like this is just really wonderful, really wonderful. This bike riding isn't just for us humans, you know. We can all do it. Vamos. So Sarah, what did you make of that?
Oh, excuse the hot, sweaty Sarah, but that was brilliant.
I think that was about...
Really good. How many miles did we do?
I think about 9 miles. I'll check later.
Yeah.
But that was absolutely...
Didn't come prepared for that, but...
I'll tell you how good it was. My backside.
Oh, yeah.
Don't half ache.
We need a beer.
We need a beer. Right. We're going to tell you in a moment what we think of this city, Mexico City, and give it our score out of 5 on the To Go Rome scale of fun. Well, let's get that beer.
Vamos.
Vamos.
So I've been wanting to try this all week, and I've just managed to stop a little lady with pushing her trolley in the street, selling mango, watermelon, pineapple, pear, and just got some mango for 20 pesos. Looks delicious.
Is it good?
Really good. Muy bien.
So we've been here in this fantastic place called Mexico City for a week.
Yeah.
And we want to tell you what we think and whether you should be visiting Mexico City on your travels too. So we have the To Go Rome scale of fun. So we have 5 categories that we look at, which is friendliness, transport, eating and drinking out, cleanliness and sightseeing. So we're going to go through that list now and let's see where we go. So we'll start then, Sarah, on friendliness. What would we score it out of 5 for friendliness?
4. They haven't been made to feel not welcome or anything, have we? It's all been very friendly. Obviously there's a language barrier. Our fault for not speaking Spanish entirely, and every time we have had that issue, we've got by just having a laugh and laughing at ourselves.
Yeah,
we've got ourselves into a few pickles.
Yeah,
but,
you've got to do that, and it's really interesting that I thought that in Mexico City you would find more people, maybe younger people, speaking English, and they just don't, which is our problem, not theirs.
Yeah,
I don't expect them to speak English, but as Sarah says, you can work your way around it. Another thing is it's a large city, and any large city is going to be somewhat anonymous, so people aren't here looking to make friends with you, but everyone's being perfectly polite. Sarah said we've made fun of ourselves. You may have seen on one of our videos from Mexico City where I went into a bar to pay, and I said I want to pay, but she was saying that pay is Spanish for cheesecake. So she's trying to give me cheesecake, I'm trying to pay. It actually turned into an extremely comical moment. She was laughing her head off, I was laughing my head off, and it was just one of those...
telling all the customers.
Yeah, it was just one of those moments when she wasn't laughing at us, she was laughing with us, and it was one of those moments where you just connect, and that was really enjoyable. So for friendliness, 4 out of 5. What about transport?
Transport, 5. It's so easy to get around here. Obviously we've done most of it on foot really, unless we've got an Uber. Loads of taxis around. You can get local buses, although they're a bit suspect, aren't they, as far as whether they're going to make it or not. They're a bit
some of them look a little bit questionable.
Worse for wear.
But there's also the metro system, which is really extremely keenly priced. But the thing is, for us, anytime we've travelled, we've taken Uber because we're going a distance.
Yeah.
If we were going more local, and if we didn't have our step challenge, which we have every month, we probably would be taking the local transport. It looks nice and straightforward.
Yeah.
But we're looking to get as many steps in as part of our ACE challenge, and as part of just maintaining a level of exercise and fitness, really. So 5 out of 5.
Yeah,
there's a lot of traffic on the road.
A load of traffic. I think again an Uber's a good idea for that, because you know what you're going to pay, and actually the costs, and I believe the same for the metro, very, very cheap to get around, and our Uber costs have been very cheap, so
very, very
worth
good
doing.
And you know, there's a lot of traffic on the road, but there's 9 million people live in Mexico City, so yeah, there's going to be a bit of traffic. So next one is eating and drinking, and we're going to give that 5 out of 5 again.
Absolutely.
And the reason for that is just the abundance of food options here.
We've got everything.
I wouldn't be overstating it to say that every time you turn the corner there's bars, restaurants and street food. So the street food, you've got obviously the tacos and enchiladas and tostadas
and fruit juices.
There's absolutely everything, and it's all absolute top quality. We've taken advantage of far too much street food while we've been here, but also you've got the cafes and bars and restaurants. We're in a restaurant now. We've just finished that cycle ride and we were desperate for something thirst quenching. And also something to eat. We haven't even had breakfast yet today, and it's 10 to
Don't say
1
that,
in the
just I'm sipping
afternoon.
my beer.
10 to 1 in the afternoon. So yeah, I think from a food perspective, it's been great, isn't it?
It's been excellent, yeah, and also there's plenty of Italians, there's lots of fast food, there's lots of deliveries you can have as well, isn't there? There's the Rappi. Rappi's the main one here.
Rappi's
and
the main thing, Uber Eats. And,
so there's plenty for everyone.
It's so well connected, that's right.
And
So,
good value as well, you can either have your street food or the lower cost
so the next one,
restaurants.
Sarah,
Sorry.
next one is cleanliness.
4. People are working constantly to keep the pavements and the road gutters completely clear. There's guys around with their broomsticks.
Yeah, and we'd only mark it down by 1 because this is a big dog-loving city. So there's dogs everywhere. So if you love dogs, come here because you can make many friends. Not all of the dog muck is collected though, so you have to watch your step as you're walking around sometimes, certainly around parks and things like that. But apart from that, you know what, we were in Liverpool a few weeks ago in the UK. Liverpool was not as clean as Mexico City, so well done Mexico City. You're doing a great job of keeping it nice and clean.
We've seen the rubbish cart go round numerous times, haven't we? So
all the
it's
time,
collected all the time.
So the last category then is sightseeing.
5. You have so much to do here. Every day we've done something different, and there's just so much to choose from.
Yeah,
all sorts.
We've been here for 7 days, and it's not been enough. We're still in the time of COVID, so many museums and places of interest are closed to the public. But you know what? That hasn't slowed us down because there's been so much for us to see and so much that we haven't seen, and I've already added to the list for when we're back in Mexico City, because we will come back. We want to do this, we want to do this, you know, there's absolutely so many absolutely so many Right. All right.
Where do we start?
Oh, we go.
Sightseeing.
No, it's all right. All right. It's fine. We can do this.
Come on.
We can do this.
It's the first time we've done that.
All right, now we can do this.
We're normally very professional. Have a sit now then.
They really are. They really are.
What are you saying?
Nothing. No. Go. There really are just so many entertainment options around every corner. So from a sightseeing perspective, Mexico is probably the top place I've ever been for things to do.
Yeah.
And again, it's a massive
different
city.
things to do, such a variety of things.
Yeah, and that's a good point you raise actually, because when you go from neighbourhood to neighbourhood, each neighbourhood has got its own DNA and personality, and that's a really good thing. And as we were walking back from doing the cycle ride down Reforma, I wasn't looking at a map, and we were just walking aimlessly, and I said to Sarah, we're back in our manor now. And I didn't know that because I knew the streets. It's because I saw where we were and go, right, this is Roma. I can just tell this is Roma.
Yeah.
So everywhere has its own DNA. So that gives Mexico City a to-go Rome scale of fun score of 4.6, which is a strong score.
Very
We're not
strong.
expecting everywhere to get such a strong score. We spoke about friendliness and that kind of stuff, but I think when you think Mexico City, another part that comes into that is safety.
Absolutely.
So I will be honest and say I was a little bit concerned about safety. I'll give you an example of why I was concerned. I used to work for a company, and we had a data center based in Mexico City, and we were moving computers from that data center to another outside of Mexico City. And the main thing that was part of the planning was, do we have it in an armored truck And are there armoured and weapons available in case the truck gets pulled over? And so it's things like that that just made me think Mexico City, that sounds
It
dangerous.
has got that reputation, well, it used to have that reputation, and I think it still has got that reputation, but it's been completely different here.
Yeah.
There are a high presence of police around, which from a safety point of view made us feel safe.
So significant police presence, and really I would say I felt as safe, if not, no, I would say, to be honest, as safe as being in London.
Yeah.
I've not felt unsafe at all, and we've been out in the evenings as well, locally to our hotel. But we've been out in the evenings. This is a safe city.
We've obviously had we had to have our wits about us in the main touristy bit, which was the historic centre.
Yeah.
I sensed that we were getting looked at by somebody, and we watched him for a bit, and he was looking at people.
You're absolutely right. But if you go to Leicester Square in London and you pull out a camera and you're talking there are many people in London that are interested in that camera. So
you've
didn't.
got to have your wits about you.
Yeah, that didn't worry me at all. It's basically what you would do in any big city, you do it here. Don't display all of your stuff. Don't sit in a cafe in the middle of the street on you.
On your GoPro.
No, we're pretty safe where we are. But basically, if you're sitting there thinking, we'd love to visit Mexico City, but we're not going to because it's not safe, you're incorrect. Yeah. This is a safe city. So we've been here now for 7 days. We're leaving for our next location tomorrow. We'd appreciate it if you look back at the earlier videos that we've shot while we're here. What Sarah and I are doing is we're traveling the world for the next 10 years in a cost-effective manner. So you'll see from the other videos from Mexico City, we detail exactly what we spent each day, so you can see how expensive. That's why we've not really spoken about the cost of living. You can see that in our other videos. How expensive is Mexico City? And the next video after this will be explaining exactly how much we spent in the entire week in Mexico City, and also devising our budget for our next stop. And if you want to know where we're going next, you need to come along to the next video. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you've got any questions or comments, stick those below. And if you're desperate to see the cost of living as we travel, ring that little bell as well, because that will alert you when we get more content up. But you've been watching To Go Rome. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.